Alright y'all, so today for this video, I really wanted to do like a brief introduction kind of thing, and I figured the best way to just introduce myself and kind of just get a feel for this channel was to just give you guys a quick rundown of a little bit of my favorites. So I collect music, I collect a lot of stuff. I just kind of like media in general. I mean, it pertains to my major in school, so like I'm just a big person who loves to be absorbed with media, would that be music, film, any of that kind of stuff. So I have 10 records, and I'm just gonna break down 10, well, it's like 10 of my favorites, 10 that I probably listen to the most, just talk really about why I like them. These aren't exactly like my personal favorites or ones that I would consider like in my actual like top 10 all time, but these are just like 10 records that I own that I love to listen to for whatever reason. For, I guess, for the boomer rock fans, here 2112 by Rush. This is 1976. This is a concept album that they did. They're Canadian, just like this story about how music was kind of banned and like forgotten, and some person rediscovers music. If you love like crazy dope electric guitar solos, because the guitar solos in this go so hard. So next up we have one that's like not like a personal favorite, but one that I just love just for enjoyment, and that's this is Business as Usual by Men at Work. New Wave is like my guilty pleasure music, so like I like the synths and the corny lyrics. I guess key track here is the second track. I love it. Like, well, this one has like like a lot of their bangers on there, like Down Under, Who Can It Be Now, but the second track, I Can See It in Your Eyes, sounds so good on my stereo. Completely unrelated. This one on my list, this would be the third, I guess counting back will be number 7. In Rainbows Radiohead, 2007. This one originally came out as like, it was like you got to pay however much you wanted. It was kind of like this big campaign because like the internet was kind of taking off back in the mid 2000s. It sounds super cool. Awesome, beautiful songs like the Reckoner, and then Jigsaw, Falling Into Place, one of my favorite songs. Dope. This one has a little sentimental value to it, but it also probably in my personal top 10. I listened to it so much, and when it came out, it just like took me by storm. Isolation, Uchis. This one is from 2018. Blue. So yeah, it comes in the blue disc, and I got the blue. My girlfriend got me this, and she got the red one, so it's like matching. And every single song, love all these songs. Can't say anything bad about these. Another one, Synchronicity by The Police, 1983. This was their last album, and they did it right. Like, unlike a lot of bands, they was that band that at the height of their popularity, they decided to call it quits so that there was no stinkers in the discog. The first half is really weird. Like, it's got some really different songs in there, especially like the song Mother. Very weird. But then you get to side 2, and it's just straight, it's just like, I guess radio bangers, but like the good, like really good singles. And it's just really good hit singles. Every Breath You Take, King of Pain, Wrapped Around Your Finger. Great stuff. Really dope. Sounds awesome. And then my last, well, this is like the guilty pleasure. This is like my only compilation one too. That's how iconic it is. If you know, you know. Daryl Hall, John Oates, Rock and Soul Part 1. I pretty much music that I came out the womb listening to. I mean, look at the track list. You got everything from Sarah Smile, Private Eyes, You Make My Dreams Come True, Maneater. It's just, it's the 80s, baby. It's corny, it's goofy, but it's fun. We're getting down to like the nitty gritty now. These last 4 are like pretty big important ones. So, Triumph by the Jacksons. I think this is a very interesting, let me take it out to show because it's got a little bit of gloss to it. Triumph by the Jacksons, you see Michael right there, and it's the second to last album that Michael did with all his brothers, but it was the album that he did before he kind of blew up, you know what I mean? With like the whole success with Thriller and all those singles. I think it's very underrated in terms of like Michael Jackson's discography, and probably is my favorite Michael Jackson project. So this one's kind of a bittersweet one because of their recent fallout or public breakup thing. Daft Punk. This was one of the first records that I bought, and I don't know, from first listen I was just like, wow, and it was one of those where I remember my brother was listening to it, and I was like, "What are you listening to, bro? This is heat." And like I recognized some of the songs, and he was just kind of like, "Man, this is discovery." Funny enough, let me show the gatefold too. It's got a little gatefold to it. Funny enough, this sounds better physical than it does digital, and I was like fully convinced that it wasn't going to, because it was recorded in a digital age and it's an electronic music album, so you would think it probably sounds okay on physical, but no, you would be surprised. Like the transitions in the tracks, like it's like reading a book. Like I don't know how to describe it. Like when you listen to it, you really are just in this world. And like there's also a visual like anime that goes with it that's also really cool, and I recommend people check out. And I needed some hip-hop representation because I just realized that I really don't even have any hip-hop in here. But this is not even like hip-hop. This is just the instrumentals for Madlib and Freddie Gibbs' album Piñata from 2014. Amazing cocaine rap album, but like also just an amazing beats album. And I'm glad that Madlib released the instrumentals because they sound just as good as the songs with Freddie on them. And Freddie is one of my favorite rappers probably ever, but even without him, these beats are so wacky, so crazy. For my last, I guess to say best for last, just in terms of listening, I feel like I listen to this one the most, and since I do, I guess I should make this one the last one. So this is 2018 Time and Place, Kero Bonito. I got this not too long ago, which is the funny part, but like I listen to it so much. Like I feel like I take this record out of the sleeve more than any of my others. Oh, there's the little lyrics page too. It is awesome. I think if you ever listen to their stuff, their first album, Bonito Generation, is like very kind of like, it's like kind of like indie, but then it's like also kind of Yo Gabba Gabba-esque in a way, kind of like fun kiddie. But then this kind of has that same feel. The lead singer Sarah has a very soft voice, but the instruments are just heavier. The themes, the lyrics are a little darker, and it's just harder and harsher, but in the right way, while it's still very bubblegum drops in its own other way. And the cover is almost a good representation of it too. Awesome. The song Only Acting, which is track 3, was probably my most streamed song last year in 2020. So which goes to show like that's just streaming. I was listening to it physical too. So in other words, I was listening to the song a lot. So that being said, what are you doing? Why are you not listening to this? Listen to this. Listen. So yeah, y'all, these are my babies. And if you liked this, I can talk to y'all more about them. I have quite the vast collection, so I could break down, genre videos or just like faves or whatever. We could talk about. This is just a stack. I love talking about what I have and showing off my collection, so feel free to let me know what you guys think.